Sup guys, Nighter here, your coach of the Montreal Explouds, finally taking on Dan aka Adrive in the very last week of the P4G. So, if you guys did not know, this week we are bringing Mega Houndoom, Thunderous T, Yuxi, Rotom Wash, Serena, and Embor. If you guys want to know what my sets are, I'll probably have the link to the team builder down below. Dan this week brought Mega Beedrill, Latias, Tapu Koko, Gourgeist, Bronzong, and Primarina. So, out of the team I was expecting to bring, I got 4 out of the 6 right, so I wasn't too mad. I'm more shocked that he brought the Gourgeist than anything, because it doesn't really deal with anything. I think he only brought it for Frisk, and just to be like an elite cheating annoyance. Well, anywho, I actually recorded the battle part before just so I can pause it on key moments, because Nintendo doesn't allow you to do that on the normal games, which honestly they need to add that in Ultra Sun the Moon. At least I pray they do, because I'd make it so much easier. There we go. I just skipped it a bit just for the annoyance part. Yeah, that was fun. I don't really hear the audio that much. I'm gonna increase it a bit. It might just be my computer settings, I don't know. Either way, I led off with Thunderous T. He led off with the Beedrill. He immediately switches out, realizing it's a threat. Dan expected me to go for Thunderbolt when I clicked Dark Pulse and turned 1 crit. If you guys are wondering if that really mattered, not really. Like, yes, turn 1 crit really sucks. But either way, even if I didn't crit, it would have done at least half. So, honestly, that thing was easily in 2-shot range, which would have been really bad. And then the Latias would have pretty much have to been sacked or immediately have to switch out, which Dan clearly does. He switches out into Tapu Koko, being Blackhawk. And me having no idea what this thing is, because he could easily run Hidden Power Ice, he can easily run something else. I click Dark Pulse because, you know, I'm locked into it because I'm Scarfed. I guarantee I'll outspeed him unless he is also Scarfed. Which he now reveals he is not because he has Calm Mind, because who runs Scarf Calm Mind, because that would just be weird. I switch into Rotom and I just see that I'm like, if he has a Z move, I'm dead right now with that +1. Because I was doing my calcs, I'm like, I don't live a Z Thunderbolt. So I'm switching out. He does have a Z move. It's Z Twinkle Tackle, which was smart because Thunderous honestly could have just came in and honestly just eaten that electric Z move, which would have been really bad. However, I was doing the calcs on this. Yuxi lives, however Yuxi does not live any move afterwards, which was really bad. So yeah, I'm going to pretty much let my Yuxi go down because I honestly can't really do anything at this point. And now, because I was actually clicking Trick Room that turn, for the next turn, which was for this Embor, so it could outspeed everything with the exception of that Bronzong and Gourgeist, depending on which Gourgeist it was. He clicks Thunderbolt. I did my calcs. He had like 3 to 6% chance to live, depending on what his set was. He clicks Thunderbolt, he gets the power off. I get paralyzed, but I end up breaking through, clicking Fair Blitz, and then I die with him. Which is very unfortunate. Now he sends in the Bronzong. I send in my Mega Houndoom. I'm like, I'm not clicking Flamethrower because I'm almost certain this thing is Flameproof and not Levitate. And if it was Levitate, that would have been like hilarious. I was also doing my calc that that thing does not kill me. So I'm like, I'm just gonna click Dark Pulse because I know it probably has the Earthquake, and I get the flinch. If you guys are wondering how important that turn was, it was very important, and it kind of turned the tide of battle because you're gonna see later why Mega Houndoom needed all that health. And let's just say it became very important because, example, if Flamethrower managed to burn him as well, it might have not have killed depending on what type of set he was. Like if he was fully invested in Spadef and HP, that might have done with the heat proof, might have done like max 40 maybe, I don't know. I am not too certain about the calcs. However, Dark Pulse definitely kills this thing again, so he's gonna have to switch out, which is not really good for him because now he's taking more chip damage on other things. He switches into his Primarina. I'm like, I'm gonna see what set this is right now, and with that damage, that pretty much tells me it's an AV set most likely, with like max HP and who knows how much special attack. He could Scald like. Honestly, you didn't have a guaranteed kill on the Mega Houndoom, but I didn't want to risk it. So I switched in the Rotom because Rotom actually deals with this thing 1v1 and I have Thunderbolt on this. So he switches it out back into the Bronzong, which I'm curious to know why. Probably just to sack it. I click Thunderbolt. I did my calcs after that hit. I thought another Thunderbolt would not have killed it. So right now I'm just taking the additional burn damage. I'm kind of happy didn't get my Rotom did not get poisoned because that would have been a lot worse, considering I had the Grass Berry, or Rindo Berry. I click Hydro Pump. I land. The Bronzong goes down. So there pretty much goes the only Mega Houndoom check. Other than the Primarina, which honestly would not really like a Sludge Bomb to the face, which is what I had. So Dan reveals that he is not a Scarf variant Latias, which is kind of relieving. So I just clicked Thunderbolt just to scout for damage wise. I did a decent amount, I think. I don't remember how. I think it was like 10% maybe. So now I'm expecting him to, set up maybe. I click Will-O-Wisp, just in case, he wanted to switch in the Gourgeist or the Mega Beedrill for free. Which was an option, by the way. I click Will-O-Wisp, so I'm like, yeah, I kind of want something burned, and I kind of want something gone. So now I'm like, is Dan gonna get greedy? I'm actually gonna pause it. So right now, I am debating on switching out. I end up doing that. So I'm like, if Dan gets greedy, it's death for his Latias. That's if I can land my hit. If he doesn't get greedy, then it's death for whatever I switch in. Which is somewhat of a problem. So I switch out Rotom. I send it in my Serena, because it's literally the only thing that can get rid of... It's like literally the only thing that had a fairy move. And I was almost certain this thing had... What's the move called that changes your typing? I think it's Reflect type? I'm pretty sure he had that, but didn't want to click it. Because he probably thought I was going to die from this. And the thing is, no, because AV Serena lives those, and actually could have lived +2 Draco. I did the calc, so it wasn't really in my favor. I get a crit there. Did not matter. I did my calc. It did minimum 50%, and he was at minimum 50%. So Dan here, being smart, trying to scare me out with my Serena to Bell Stinger it. I'm like, I don't really have options for this thing. I could have went into Mega Houndoom, except if he clicked any move, Mega Houndoom would not have died. However, it would have been close to dead. So I'm like, if he has Brick Break or Poison Jab or any move that can do over half to Mega Houndoom, it's dead. My Mega Houndoom would not live another turn. So I immediately just switch out into my Thundurus, making him think I do have an electric move, which I still don't. So he just Mega Evolves with Mega Beedrill. I'm like, oh, am I taking the poison jab to the face? Because at that point, I want to sack something off, but I don't want to take the full damage on my Mega Houndoom. Dan was smart and clicks Toxic Spikes. I'm like, this man knew how to preg for Mega Houndoom, even though he didn't really have a check for it, other than the Serena. Not the Serena, but the Primarina, which is very interesting. So now he switches this thing in, and, well, realizes that I'm Scarfed, finally. And now I have an interesting play. I'm like, do I stay in? Now is the time I'm like, do I stay in and just click Dark Pulse again, and hopefully switches out? Or do I just switch out, predicting the Primarina to come in and I Drop Kick at the turn after? Which honestly probably would have done like 50-ish%, I think, depending on Dan's set, because at that point the item was not revealed, but however he could have been very, very specially invested, so that is a thing. So for all I know, I just decided to switch out. I'm like, yeah, I don't like this thing very much. I'm just gonna switch into my Serena. Hopefully he switched out. I get poisoned. It doesn't really matter. He actually decided to click Leech Seed that turn, and I'm like, why? I was just more confused than anything. I'm like, why would he click Leech Seed? And this is another thing. I'm like, he's not gonna switch out because now he has the advantage. So I'm like, I'm gonna Drop Kick him in case he clicks Shadow Sneak for whatever. He clicks Synthesis. I'm like, why? I'm just there like, why? Why are you trying to heal this thing? I have a Thundurus and a Houndoom in the back. This thing just dies. Yet again, I live the poison on 3 HP. I click Play Rough, land again. I lower the Gourgeist's attack yet again, which honestly doesn't really matter at this point, because, well, from what it's revealed so far, it does not have an attacking move. It has not revealed Shadow Sneak, because if it did have Shadow Sneak, it would have revealed it already. So now I go back into Thundurus, hoping that Yurgati actually doesn't switch out, which he does not. Dark Pulse lands, and I flinch him yet again. And if before you guys go in the comments and say, "Oh, he's going for flinch hacks," no, I'm just going for the move that is effective the most, which happened to be Dark Pulse. And you guys going, "Oh, he's hacking, he's cheating." You can't cheat. It's RNG. I can't do anything. It's like, it's a 20% chance move, I think, the flinch? I don't know. It's either 10 or 20. Most likely 20, because I get it way too often for some reason. But you guys can't keep judging on that. I'm like, I don't control the game. Dan does not control the game either. At this point, I'm just clicking the move that's most effective. I was honestly going to click my other move, which would have been Sludge Wave, to pray to God that this thing was switching out, but he was not. He was probably clicking Leech Seed that turn, which wouldn't not really have mattered, because reasons. So, I flinged Dan, I believe, 3 times this match now? What did I flinch? I flinched the Bronzong, I flinched this thing, did I flinch something else? I don't think I did. My brain is not 100% there right now, so either way, don't judge me on this horrible, horrible hacks right now. I'm getting crits, Dan's getting flinched, I'm like, ah. So now he switches to this thing and I'm like, yeah, I'm Scarf, so this is not gonna do very much. So I literally I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna switch Rotom in, because Rotom outspeeds it. And if he decides to click Energy Ball, it's not gonna kill me. He decides to click Moonblast, I'm like, the vending on his set, the crit might have mattered, might have not. I am not certain, because I did not know what Dan's set was. So I switched this thing back in. I'm like, he can't really switch anything into a Thunderbolt. However, I don't have Thunderball in this thing, so I just click Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave did more than enough to actually get rid of this, to guarantee this Mega Houndoom got rid of this thing. He clicked Ice Beam. It did nothing in the world mattered. Then said it was a roll. I'm like, there's no way that was a roll. it's a thunderous theory. That thing has like not enough defenses to live an Ice Beam. So now I pretty much just click Sludge Bomb, get rid of this horrible Primarina, which was so that goddamn scary. So now I'm like wondering, does he then just send in the Mega Beedrill and then wins with the Gourgeist? No. Then switches in the Gourgeist. I'm like, why is he switching in the Gourgeist? I'm more confused. I'm like, does he have Shadow Sneak? He does not. I'm like, I'm just there so confused. I'm like, Dan's literally bringing it to a 1v1 on Poison Roll. I'm like, if Dan now has either Drill Run or Brick Break, I guarantee lose. I guarantee lose if he has either of those moves. Dan clicks Poison Jab. If you guys are wondering, how important is this? It's very important, mainly due to the fact that depending on his set and depending on the roll, we could live. However, the roll is so not in our favor. I did the calcs from where I was and where a poison, and depending on the set with an adamant Poison Jab, the odds of me living were about 2%, 2 to 4%. And keep in mind that was all because of the poison damage. If he had clicked Brick Break or Drill Run, guaranteed death. Because the minimum those did were like 88% maybe? Max of like 99. So he clicks Poison Jab. Dan got the lowest roll possible, allowing me to live. And that pretty much made Dan lose. If you guys are wondering how, I do not know, and I was certain I was dead at that point. You guys should have seen my face when I battled Dan when this happened. I'm like, this did not happen. I did not beat a 2-time champion with a Mega Houndoom that barely lived with only 4 HP investment. Dan thought I was 32. If I was 32, I had a higher chance to live. But I was not. So we beat Dan the final week of the P4G 1-0 due to horrible rolls on both sides, very much. And Dan, I'm so sorry about all those flinches and crits. I don't even know why the turn 1 crit even happened. Honestly, other than that, it was not a really bad match. It was like really good. It was actually one of the most fun matches I actually had this season. And if you guys are wondering why Dan didn't win, that's because one of the main things he didn't bring was Primeape, which honestly would have obliterated Mega Houndoom out of the water. And I would have to keep switching something out in order to take a hit, which honestly nothing's a fan of close combat on my team. Except maybe the Uxie, except I had nothing for that Coco, which was also a problem. So, either way, I am definitely saying GG to Dan, like, my lord. That was like an awesome match, man. It felt so nice. It actually felt nice to actually win the final week out of all of my weeks of losing. So if you guys did not know, Dan is in the playoffs, so depending on who wins, who else wins. I believe if Leo wins, he gets first seed, but if Leo loses, Dan still has the first seed overall. But either way, Dan is guaranteed playoffs. We are 100% eliminated from playoffs because we're being the bottom 3rd team. But still, every win I had this season was versus someone who definitely outskilled me in every way possible. I beat Elliot this season. I beat John yet again this season, barely. I also barely beat Elliot, but he didn't really have anything for my Exploud, which was nice. I also beat the Vikavolts this season, which is actually Greg's AC. Well, Dan's AC, Greg, and I also beat Dan. But Dan, I kind of won on a horrible roll, so I don't really think that would count necessarily. But anyway, I hope Dan does succeed in the playoffs and possibly win another championship. So that would be interesting to watch. I definitely recommend if Dan makes it to the championships, guess who's watching? This guy. Either way, I'll see you guys. Oh no, I can't say next time anymore. Oh well. Either way, if you guys want to continue watching my channel, I have another Battle League going on, being the APA, which comes out on Sundays, not on Saturdays, because scheduling. So that is continuing, I believe, for like another month or two. I'm not too certain about that. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.